was exactly
F1
the same
qualifying at
switches that he
Bahrain.
came in on. That used to be a job
It's
that the
time for
average
your
to make sure
last
the spare
laps.
was exactly set up like the main one that's
Kimi
come off the
Antonelli
car.
leads, then Oscar, then Lando,
sort of job you think,
then Leclerc, then Lewis, Max 6th, Hadjar in 7th, Behrman 8th, Pierre 9th, and George having some technical gremlins. He's currently last in the top 10 shootout. Sorry, it's almost 3 a.m.
The job is now down
where
to
I
the
am.
driver to perform.
Where in China, it's almost 3 in the afternoon, almost 4.
I mean, then you're talking about the pressure when everything's on the line. So yeah, that's
tire
another
blankets
good sign.
on George.
Tighten the wheels going on and getting tight. So wow, this is
still
huge.
on the
It reminds
jacks.
me of, I think it was this circuit for Vettel once before.
In 2009, Red Bull's first ever pole. He had 1 lap in Q3, in Q1, 1 lap in Q2, 1 lap in Q3. And he got the job done and went fastest in every session.
Yeah, now he's battling his teammate. Although
Kimi on the backstretch leading.
Experienced driver in Kimi
He's at the
Antonelli.
fastest sector 1 and sector 2, but George at the fastest sector 3.
Going for his second one here. That's what you're fighting against, George Russell now.
George Russell's coming out. They're just lowering
George
the
is
car
coming
down
out
on the jack. So as his teammate Kimi Antonelli crosses the line to start his flying
there we go,
lap,
George is out. George is out of the garage. Kimi started his final flying lap.
Well, just enough time, yeah. So the Russell Mercedes package is fallible. Seems okay.
George is going to have to blitz this out lap in order to make it back around to start a lap here in Q3.
Anyway, he's on his way. Let's see what happens.
We've not discounted anything.
Antonelli across the sector 1 line. He's a 10th down on his fastest time in sector 1. We got Lando on board in the mini box.
With Kimi Antonelli.
And he'll want to do it.
Kimi flies around turn 7. Lando's up in the first sector.
Fastest sector of all. Only just though. But yeah, Kimi, if he is to
Kimi
get
flying through turn 9.
he wants to do it
turn
with his
10.
teammate out there. In the same car.
Leclerc 10th down. Kimi's faster in the middle sector. He's 4 tenths up on his P1 time. Lando coming to the end of sector 2. He's down by 2 tenths on Kimi.
In F1 history, but he's going to have to wait for it because his teammate is going to be last. And sometimes you leave it last and no one can
Charles Leclerc at a fast middle sector, a purple. He's 6 tenths down though on Kimi.
Lewis Hamilton just a fraction off through the first sector on his latest lap. Gasly
Kimi Antonelli across the final corner, turn 16. Can he improve on his P1 time? Yes, he can by 2.5 tenths. With a purple sector 3, it's a 132.064. Here comes the first challenger, Lando. Can he get on the front row? No, Lando's third, half a second down. Here's Charles Leclerc across the final corner to the line. He'll go to the front row in second. 3 tenths off, or 3 tenths behind Kimi. Lewis to the line. He'll go to the front row. Beats Leclerc by 13 thousandths of a second. Here comes Pierre and his Alpine across the final corner to the line. He'll go 6th ahead of the Red Bulls. Behrman across the line. He'll go 7th ahead of the Red Bulls. George is going through turn 6. Here come the Red Bulls. Hadjar to the final corner. To the line. He'll go 7th ahead of Behrman. Max coming to the line. Checker flags out. Max goes 7th ahead of Hadjar and Behrman. And the last man standing in between Kimi Antonelli being the youngest F1 pole sitter ever is his teammate George. George is a 10th down. Into sector 3, turn 13, the sweeping right-hander. Now down the long backstretch.
He's going down without a fight here, is he, Crofty? He was wrestling that car.
He's going to deploy all the battery he's got left in this car. Heading to the final chicane, turn 14.
But the braking into 14
George gets through it.
Sweet, and so does the exit.
Gets through 15. Coming to the final corner, turn 16. What does George have? A little slide out the final corner. To the checkered flag. No, he's second. Kimi Antonelli is the youngest Formula One pole sitter ever. It's a Mercedes front row lockout, but this time it's Kimi Antonelli who's already parked in the number 1 spot.
His teammates taking advantage. That, in the circumstances, was a fine lap by George Russell. But let's give a round of applause. He was on pole for the Miami Sprint last year. Now he's done it in a Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli, take a bow, young man.
Nice work, Kimi. That's a pole position, mate.
Yeah, let's go, man. Woo.
And it's going to seem all the more worthy to him, knowing that George Russell did, in fact, get a lap on the board as well. I know it was just 1 lap, but it's George Russell at the very peak of his abilities right now that you've done it to. It was just that 1 lap for George, but what a recovery from Russell. Really
Top
impressive
3 are
stuff.
all drivers who have driven for Mercedes. Obviously, the top 2 current ones. And then third, Lewis
drive
Hamilton.
a lap like that. So
Absolutely.
I know exactly what that means to
Well,
Kimi.
he's got better with his second lap as well.
He did.
Needed to go better.
It was a phenomenal lap. I mean, regardless of what George would have done maybe on his first lap, the lap that Kimi put together there was incredibly strong. And to get 2 tenths, over 2 tenths in your pocket over your more experienced teammate, albeit just doing it on the 1 lap, that's a great achievement. It's going to go a long way for Kimi's confidence.
Lewis Hamilton will start
Lewis
from the
climbing
second
out in
row
third.
alongside his teammate
The
Charles
leading
Leclerc.
Ferrari
Beware
this
the
week.
fast-starting Ferraris, and we've said that once, we've said it twice, and I'm sure we'll say it again, because they are a force to be reckoned with at the start of the race. And Kimi
Man,
Antonelli, now he's
fans
got that
love
pole,
Lewis
he's going
here
to
in
have to get his
Shanghai.
race start right, because 2 times out of 2 so far this season, and he hasn't got it right.
Exactly, it's a 100% record so far of Kimi Antonelli not getting off the line cleanly at all. We've seen him do it in practice sessions, but not in a racing situation. So that's going to be weighing on his
And
mind
finally,
as well.
here comes George.
George Russell starts second then for the second consecutive Chinese Grand Prix.
And what a recovery from him and the whole team as well. There was no panic. They seemed it was like quite systematic in the way they went about it. But yeah, George will be annoyed by that. But these things happen in a brand new set of regulations and rules. And like I said before, nobody's immune to this reliability issue right now. No team on the grid.
There will be a lot of eyebrows raised and twitching a bit that Mercedes had reliability issues in qualifying here, and maybe a few teams hoping they get reliability issues tomorrow as well, because it might help them in the race.
No, he's happy with that. You can see the body language. He's happy. He's got that car onto the front row, and if he hadn't made it through, and he was only 10th on the grid tomorrow, that suddenly makes your job a lot harder, despite being in the fastest car. Oscar Piastri drove really well, I thought, as well. The 2 McLarens really coming on stronger than they were this time yesterday in sprint quali, and they're chipping away at it, but they don't have the downforce. It's quite clear.
And Oscar out qualifying Lando for the second Grand Prix running 2. Max Verstappen lines up P8 where he did for the sprint race, and Isaac Hadjar just behind him. Pierre Gasly ahead of both Red Bulls and Alpine. That's a fine result for them. Ollie Behrman was the slowest in Q3. And for Mercedes, back-to-back front row lockouts for the first time since Bahrain and Sakhir in 2020, when, of course, George Russell at the Sakhir Grand Prix was driving for Mercedes. He got the promotion, didn't he, that particular weekend. Verstappen, by the way, a 10th of a second between himself and Hadjar. Let us hear from Jolyon Palmer, and the youngest pole sitter in a Grand Prix ever.
Down here
Here's
with
Kimi.
Formula One's youngest ever Grand Prix pole sitter, Kimi Antonelli. Congratulations. You've just beaten Sebastian Vettel's record. How was it out there?
Yeah, it was a pretty clean session. So really happy. Of course, unfortunately George had an issue in Q3, so would have been cool to see him with 2 sets. But yeah, I think was a really good session, clean one, no mistake, and looking forward to the race tomorrow.
How could you keep it calm? Were you aware of what was happening on George's car, or were you just so focused on yourself there?
Well, I saw he had the issue, but I just tried to keep my focus, to stay calm, and try to deliver a good lap, and which was at the end.
And a record-breaking lap. Well done, Kimi.
Thank you.
George, speaking of the issues, I mean, that was a difficult session. It looked like already in Q2 it wasn't straightforward, but you got out of there in the end. You managed to get a front row out of it.
Yeah, definitely damage limitation. I mean, in Q2, the front wing broke. We was wrapping our heads around that. Then obviously went out in Q3, stopped on track, car wasn't restarting, couldn't change gear.
And then just really happy to be standing here because it's time to the last lap. Had no battery, no tyre temp, no nothing. So, but the team have done a really great job to get us into this position. It could have been much worse. So, very glad and well done to this guy. First pole. So, you've been formidable so far this season. Are you guys going to put on a fight, bit of a show out front for us tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, it's obviously we need to take care of the guys in red as well. They were super fast off the line. So I'm sure Lewis is going to be pretty dicey at the beginning of the race. But I think for us to try and keep it clean, have a good race, try and put on a good race for the fans and see what we can do. All right, well done, George. Which brings me nicely to Lewis. In the top three, you love it here in China, I know. It's been a great circuit for you in the past. And that was a big lap at the end. I saw the moment you had on the first one in Q3, but you put it together when it mattered.
Yeah, it was actually really tough qualifying, a bit harder this one with the wind. It's so gusty today, so putting the laps together was challenging, and Charles putting in great laps. These guys were putting in great laps, so I'm really happy to be up here and grateful to be up here with these guys. They've been rapid so far this season, but we did some good work. The engineers did some great work over the break, and we managed to get a little bit closer to these guys. So that's a real positive. We'll take that forwards.
And the gap was really coming down as well, as you said. Have you got some powder still dry for the race tomorrow for a fight?
It's still going to be a challenge, but I'm sure we'll have some fun. I'm looking forward to it. We'll have a lot of fun. Learn a lot in the sprint race. So let's hope tomorrow is not as windy as this, and our goal is to try and break the gap between these guys somehow.
All right, well done, Lewis, and thank you, everybody. Good luck for the race tomorrow.
That's it from China and pole qualifying. Kimi Antonelli breaks the record to be the youngest man on pole for an F1
George
race.
Russell's manager.
Thank you all for watching. See you later. Ariel. Peace. Time to go to bed.
Because they have got
Looking forward to
the
this all day.
strongest car.
Woo!
Lewis Hamilton, the master around here in